Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw and Rare Podcast. And for everything else, we'd like to thank all our regular viewers and listeners from all over Winnipeg, Canada, in the States, around the world, and especially sa Philippines, sa ating mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta at pakikinig ng Raw and Rare Podcast. And today mga kaibigan, our guest, he is a local artist in Winnipeg who represented Canada in the Water Cube Cup for Overseas Chinese Singing Competition held in Beijing in 2017, the World Championships of Performing Arts held in Los Angeles in the States in 2015, and won multiple gold medals in all categories that he competed in. He was also awarded the overall champion of the world for vocal contemporary for his age division and a 2-year scholarship for New York Film Academy. In 2012, he was a part of Canada's Got Talent and was selected as the hometown hero for Manitoba, featured in Tim Hortons television advertisement. He's actively involved in various community events in the Filipino, Chinese, and Canadian, where he shares his passion for music and inspires others through the performing arts. He has participated in several shows with international artists and is a huge supporter of fundraising causes held in different concert venues and theaters in the city. He's been part of the Folklorama and has been collaborating with various performing arts organizations such as the Manitoba Great Wall of Performing Arts, Thai Folk Ensemble, Yonos Children Choir, Indian School of Dance, Winnipeg Males Choir, Royal Canadian Navy Band of HMCS Chippewa, and the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra. Last November 2019, he hosted his fifth annual concert for a cause with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, which was a first of its kind, having the WSO accompany a local artist for a full concert. Aside from hosting his annual sold-out solo concerts for a cause, and has launched his album Broadway Classics last November 2016. He's also an educator, a special education resource teacher by profession with the Winnipeg School Division, and has a master's degree in education for sustainable well-being from the University of Manitoba. He was the recipient of the Excellence Award for Community Service in 2017, and it is his firm belief that music extends from just providing entertainment and should be used as a platform to inspire, empower, and support others. Since its inception in 2015, his annual concert for a cause has been able to provide a mobile computer lab for an inner city school in 2016, and has been able to raise over $60,000 in total towards charitable donations. So, mga kaibigan, let's all welcome to the show today, Mr. Paul Ong. Hello, Paul. Kumusta?
Mabuti po. Good afternoon po, Tito.
Wow. Huwag mo na ako Tito. Kuya na lang. Okay na. Thank you. Thanks for making time today, Paul. I know that's a very hectic schedule, alam ko. Kasi lately, mga kaibigan, for your information, Paul Ong here has been so busy lately. Like last week, we had to do some, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I can still remember some sessions. We had some collaboration with Paul. Na abangan niyo po yan, meron siyang malaking presentation na ginagawa. No? Alam natin yan. But right now, Paul, please greet our viewers and listeners right now sa Raw and Rare Podcast.
Hello po sa lahat ng regular listeners ng Raw and Rare Podcast. It's a pleasure to be here, and I hope you're having a great weekend.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And you too, Paul. No, I hope you're doing fine. How is it going this pandemic season? You know, I call it season because this lockdown will eventually end. Just think positive. Who knows when we will have a new normal, and hopefully we can do live shows once again. We can go back to performing. And folks, Paul Ong here, he's been a regular staple na sa mga Winnipeg events, Filipino charity events. Usually, And I've been so amazed by his achievements, not only in the Filipino community in Winnipeg, but also, extending as far as other communities then, like the Chinese community, the Canadian community. So Paul, could you please tell us how you started muna with music? Like you're professionally singing. How did this all started? Like your background in music.
It all started as a hobby. So hilig lang talaga. Around 4 years old, I think I already realized that I love to sing. So it just went from there. And then at first I thought, at some point I thought I'm done with singing, tapos na. Especially when we migrated, I thought it was, the end of it. Not knowing really things we're passionate about, I think look for us. No, hindi yung tayong naghahanap sa singing. It
I believe that. Yeah.
really just shows up. So, but it
So
started.
when yeah, you had a singing career already back in the Philippines before
Opo.
migrating to Canada, right?
Way back
Then how was it then? Yeah.
way back in the Philippines, it was mostly within the Chinese Filipino circle. So I'd sing in events, about three events on a week. I did musical theater in the Philippines, and I did for a short while I was on Studio 23 on a television show. Pero I realized then na talaga ang hirap, hindi ko kayang pagsabay-sabay because I was also doing university. So we had to just prioritize and let the other things go, because sometimes it's a hard lesson to realize that we can't have everything at the same time. We could eventually have everything we want, but not at the same time. So
That's right. Not all at once, but it will all come. Yeah.
apo.
Wow. And then when you said when you moved into Canada, you mentioned that you thought that it was something like the end of it, but then there's something else, that opened up for you here, for your singing career here. Anong storya nito, Paul? Like when you arrived in Canada, did you find the local music scene here? Especially like for the Filipino community muna. Did you find it
When I moved to
engaging
Canada,
para sa
I
iyong
thought-
singing? Mhm.
I thought it was I was just gonna be not singing in public anymore because I was already in my 20s, and then suddenly Canada's Got Talent came. That opportunity came, and then it just catapulted everything into what we have today. Pero hindi ko inaasahan yung Canada's
Yes.
So that was a surprise. That took me by surprise.
Like speaking of Canada Got Talent, can you tell us more? How did you get involved, or did somebody hook you up to all these performing arts organizations? Because not only this, we'll just start with Canada's Got Talent. Marami pang sumunod dyan eh. No?
Yeah.
So sino or when, how did you get in there?
Well, Canada's Got Talent started around 2011. No, the show didn't air till 2012, but since 2011 we were already taping, and at that time I was 1 year. I was a newcomer, not thinking I would be singing again. But Canada's Got Talent came. That opportunity came up. We went through a couple of producer auditions, and then biglang taping na all of a sudden. So that opportunity, I think, just kind of boosted the singing again. And then I had to leave the city for 2 years right after Canada's Got Talent. I was up north teaching. When I came back, the community just really supported me to sing again. Kasi when I came back 2015, I was going to LA, to Los Angeles, to represent the country. And I think that sort of pull the community together to help me out and support me in that way. And ayun na, from 2015 we've been having our annual concerts ever since I went to Los Angeles. Well, I came back from, so Canada's Got Talent, umalis ako from Winnipeg. When I came back, the singing was there again. I was going to Los Angeles. The community supported me. When I came back from Los Angeles that year, investors group had sponsored my first concert. So that was the first ever Paul Ong concert. Tapos nagdire-diretso na from there.
Oh, it's good to hear, no? Kasi like when you mentioned you were doing all these concerts that followed, ito yung mga most of them, or it's most likely ito lahat ay mga charity events. Lagi kang nag-raise ng funds for a cause. Itatanong ko lang, Paul, bakit always concert for a cause ang pinoproduce ninyong mga, nothing bad, it's really good, but why not just promote yourselves that like any other pop stars out there, they want fame and popularity, but you, Paul Ong, you've been a performer for Canada's Got Talent, but then you're doing this concert for a cause consecutively in years na. Why?
Because it makes me feel good that the talent that was given to me is used as a platform for something bigger. I think every artist maybe has different stages in their love for the passion, has different stages for the love and passion on what they're doing. As a child, I think most of that love was expressed through joining singing competitions and winning. But as you grow older, I think I do enjoy the stage time, but I don't enjoy it just for the fact of providing entertainment. I want to perform because I know that there's a more profound purpose. Yeah, so that's mostly like when this came about, 2015, that first concert was all sponsored, and that was a thank you concert for all the sponsors. And then even when I was younger, I would always think, well, what if I could use my voice? If I was a if I was a famous celebrity, then I could use my talent as a platform. Because to just perform over and over, paminsan nakakasawa eh. No, when you just perform over and over,
Yeah.
kanta ka lang ng kanta. What for?
Yeah.
What for? Is it because you just want stage time? Or is it because you really love doing that? For me, I love doing that, but more than that, I want to make an impact. And I want a more profound purpose for performing. Kasi it doesn't make sense for me to be producing a concert every year kung wala siyang impact sa community. So I think I need a purpose to keep doing it.
Coming out from Paul Ong, mga kaibigan, very uplifting, Paul. Thank you so much for sharing with us your insights, yung totoong nararamdaman mo kung bakit mo ginagawa ang mga ito. And then on the side note, mga kaibigan, we mentioned that Paul Ong, by profession, is an educator, a special education resource teacher. And you mentioned earlier na you had to leave for the city for 2 years in 2012, around that time, to teach up north. Can you tell us, some snippets sa mga experiences mo sa teaching dito sa
when I look back, the decision to go up north and to teach there was still one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because that opened up opportunities for me to do things that I would never have thought I'd be able to do if I didn't try that. There was a lot of hesitations. Now, I'll be very honest. There was a lot of hesitation on my parents' end, on my end, what to expect, because we were newcomers. We were newcomers already, and I think the perception that we have about being up north, it's a little skewed towards the negative. But once I went there, it was a life-changing experience. No? Napakabait ng mga tao. It's an isolated island. It's not even something that you could reach by car. It's a 2-hour fly in.
Okay. Wow.
to go. It's a 2-hour flight, but it's an experience of a lifetime. Talaga. Life is simple. I didn't have to think of what to wear. I just needed boots, a pair of good boots.
Hey, yeah.
The roads were not even dirt roads. It was dirt roads. But that experience really is something that I always cherish the most.
Did you find it a very humbling experience then?
Opo, napakaganda. I know that most people actually thought na hindi ako tatagal eh. Pero I'm not
Ah,
that. I think contradictory to the to the public perception. I don't think I'm that picky. You've worked with me. um, I'm
I
not that.
know, Paul. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah,
Yes,
work at a certain
that's right.
standard. Pero I adapt to whatever I have to work with. Whatever we have to work on, we
Yes.
adapt to that. And yeah, if it wasn't an isolated island, I would have stayed. But the isolation talaga, having to fly back and forth just for simple things was a little bit taxing.
Okay.
And then being there, I couldn't do any of my performances here unless it's the summertime, right? So when
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opportunities came up here, I had to transfer back down to the city.
Okay. So it's good to hear na you mentioned na you have to be also adaptive, whenever you go. Parang kailangan kasi yung resiliency natin as human beings andyan lagi, not letting anything, something to bring us down, like when you mentioned na kala nila hindi mo kakayanin pero kinaya mo pa rin kasi
And it wasn't really that
you're
hard.
adaptive. Yeah.
I
Not
think
really that hard, yeah, kasi like
I think the mentality kasi of most people is they look for what's not there. But when you keep looking for not something that's not really there, it doesn't really help you to
yeah,
be
you get
productive.
frustrated.
Available, how
Yeah.
you could maximize what's available to you at that moment. It's more of my
Yeah,
perspective.
nice.
Missing.
Yeah, no, it's good to hear coming out from Paul kasi like you as an educator natin, did you find it yung experience mo from teaching up north here in Canada when you came back to Winnipeg, to do, once again do performing shows na yung naipon mo na experience ba from that, a teaching stint up north ay nakatulong ba siya, nakadagdag ba siya sa will, power mo, determination para sa paggawa ulit ng mga possible concerts? Kasi
The drive has always been there. The drive to have a concert for a cause has always been there. And even when I was younger, my mom always wanted that. My mom is a champion for charity work kahit na nung nasa Philippines pa. So it was always, I think what Up North has provided me was to give me a different perspective. A lot of times when we live in the city and when we're always out in public, or just so used to the lifestyle that we have, we tend to not be able to see the other perspective. Now, when you go there, life is simple. It's the bushes, the lake, and the dirt road. There's no malls, there's no hospitals, no restaurants. Life is simple. It has allowed me to be the most relaxed. Na hindi ko kailangan isipin na ano kailangan kong suotin, how should I look. Those things don't matter. When you go ice fishing, for example, and you go half an hour away from the shoreline, you're literally at the middle of nowhere in a reserve. So during those times when they bring me ice fishing, when we go 2 hours off the shoreline and you're fishing there, or you're just with outdoors and at the middle of nowhere, you tend to think about the things that don't really matter and what are the things that matter. Sometimes for us in the city, education matters a lot, status matters a lot, or career matters a lot. But when you're up north and you're just with living a simple life, those don't matter when you're in the middle of nowhere. So it's a different perspective. Completely different perspective.
And all you'll have to worry about is that just to get through the day. That's it, right? And then let go for another day. That's it. Napaka-simple. Yeah, no? And then
when COVID, right? I think people got the time to really reflect on what matters. Yon.
COVID, nabanggit mo nga. We've been through this for already a year, more than a year already. pandemic, right? Ano sa tingin mo yung na binabanggit ko na ano pa yung mga natutulong nito sa inyo? Reflect on other stuff, to regroup yourself para magplano pa ng mas malaki after this is over. Anong sabihin na natin naging positive effect ng pandemic?
I think there's many positive things. One of the things is, people got to take a break. At the start of this, I won't deny it. It was hard to have all my shows canceled. We had the show for 2020 already planned and conceptualized, and usually, I'd be out and about by April, May, June, July promoting my show. It was hard na biglaan na wala. Pero at the end of it, what can we do? That's the best thing that we could do right now for everybody's safety. That time has allowed me more time for solitude, more time for myself, more time to rest, more time to think about other things. I was able to do things that I would not usually do, like hard labor, nag-renovate kami. So I've learned over that span of time. I love cooking, and on a daily basis I don't get to cook because of how busy and hectic the schedule is. Because if the schedule right now is
right now, you can do it. Yeah.
It's double or triple time busy on a regular non-COVID day. So ngayon nakakapagluto-luto ako. I bake again. Yeah.
Wow.
The biggest change
and then,
is just
Paul mga kaibigan, on a regular day nga, nabanggit niya, he's been so busy. He's got lots of projects. Let's talk about your solo, your first album, Paul Ong Broadway Classics. You released this last November, 2016 pa.
26.
Is this available like on CD form or online streaming platforms?
We online streaming because all those are Broadway covers, and we only bought licenses for physical copies.
All right. Okay. So and right now they can still avail of these physical copies. Saan pwedeng makuha ng mga fans?
Well, they can contact us on our social media page through Paul Ong Productions, but usually we sell the CDs during the regular concerts. Whenever have shows.
All right. It's good to hear, napaka-iksi ng oras natin, but right now mga kaibigan, before we let Paul Ong go today, Paul, are there any future say shows or concerts that your fans and followers can look forward to na
I think
mangyari?
As of the moment, I think everything is halted. At the start of at the end of last year of 2020, I was already thinking, okay, are we having a show in 2021? I am not sure yet. I don't think there's anything that we could plan ahead this early at this point. We've all looked at the vaccination schedule here in Manitoba, and I don't think most of us, the younger people, are going to be vaccinated till September or October. Do we risk it? I don't know. So I think we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But 2022, hopefully we're back. And if we're back,
it's always looking forward. Yeah.
If we're back in 2022, then we're hoping to have everybody back and join us to our live show, and provide that experience, the concert-going experience that a live show can provide. So far, what we've been doing since October is an online music series for a cause in place of the live concert sana nung 2020. So that's ongoing. We upload a video every 20 days. So right now we're on our 4th episode, and I think we have 2 more episodes. This will end in March for the spring, and then we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going with online content. So yeah, it's all on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel po.
Ayan, abangan natin yan. But it's been going on its 4th episode, you said. Tignan natin. Let's check it out mga kaibigan. Ano ang sa Facebook profile ng Paul Ong Productions, right?
And then on YouTube, it's Paul.
As well as YouTube.
Opo.
All right. Okay. Yon mga kaibigan. Yeah, subaybayan natin mga kaibigan Mr. Paul Ong here sa kanyang mga online concert series. And hopefully when this pandemic ends, we can go back to normal live shows again. But once again, Paul, thank you so much for your time today, for making time actually. Because you've been a busy person. But right now, we'd like to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for your time today, Paul.
Maraming salamat, Kuya Julius. And stay
Okay,
safe.
and lastly, Paul, stay safe you too. Paul, before I forget, any message to all our kababayans out there, to the future Paul Ongs out there? Ano ang iyong mensahe?
I guess the message is, if you want something, if you have a desire and a goal to achieve something, never stop. Opportunities are always there. I know people will always say good luck, but really, for me, luck is defined as being prepared when the right opportunity comes. Opportunities are there every single day. It's up to us to grab and seize it. So, kung may nais, gawin. No, like there's nothing that can stop you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you. Once again, mga kaibigan, Mr. Paul Ong on Raw and Rare Podcast. Thank you so much. We'll see you all on the next episode. Meanwhile, here's a video performance of Paul Ong here on Raw and Rare Podcast. Maraming salamat and thank you so much. See you all on the next episode. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.